I didn't see exactly what to do. I mean, it's clear white is better, but I don't think there's a clear follow-up, and material is equivalent, well, the position is disgusting for him, but he can play on. Yeah, but he played bishop before. Actually, it was quite interesting how he played the move, as if he was going to mate me soon, but I wasn't really understanding the idea. I mean, it looks like an interesting pawn sacrifice from this, like a desperation kind of pawn sacrifice. I mean, his positional factors improve a lot. Well, he gets the long diagonal, and oh, by the way, here I was considering to play to insert knight h4, but I'm not sure it's so good. And here I also could have played move like rook b2 for reasons I'm going to show later, but it seems a bit artificial to me. I mean, bishop b7 is not better, because I'm going to meet it with d5, I think. Or knight h4 first. I mean, I saw a lot of lines, and I think they all work for white here. I think bishop f5 is one of the simplest. Although here d4, knight h4. Yeah, well, I think there was something more simple here. Probably knight h4 or knight h4 immediately. Probably here too with knight e5. But he took bishop b7, and here I realized that how I wanted to play. Well, I wasn't sure how I wanted to play, but I mean the move knight h4, let's say, which seems attractive, would be followed by bishop f1. But here with rook on b1, he has bishop e4, so position like this was interesting. But I wasn't so upset with this, because I mean I always can play d5. So I played d5 right here, because it's also possible here. But I don't want to give e5 square in general, and I'm not sure the knight wants a lot. So I'd rather put it here only when it's going to grab something later on. But here, to be honest, I was calculating moves for him, and the last move I was calculating was knight f6. And I still haven't found the easiest way to meet the move, because it's actually, I wasn't so sure, to be honest. For example, I can try to win exchange, like this. But then he can even play dc or just grab back the knights. And it was not clear to me at all if this position is good. So probably grabbing exchange is not good. And I think I saw some pretty line which was interesting, but probably is not good objectively, a5. And after taking I can play this. And I can play c5. With sort of positional domination, but now I'm a pawn down, although I'm probably going to recapture one of them. Maybe this is good, but I wasn't sure I was intending. I just saw this possibility, and it seemed quite nice. But otherwise, I'm not sure actually which move to play. I would have had to think. But maybe, I suppose he saw something refuting this move, and I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I can also play knight h4 first, and then can find some move, because this pawn will be hanging. But I think it was not so simple practically, so knight f6 was more of a practical choice, because he wants to start something concrete, and I'm coming to time pressure, so. But he played knight c5, I thought it was, I thought it was just not a good move. But I mean, only knight f6 is possible, because ed, cd is also a possibility, but this endgame, although these pawns are a little bit weak, these two are also weak, and I'm a pawn up, so it's likely that it's going to end badly for him. I don't think he had really big drawing chances. But here I can just, it looks quite good, but I can just drop the bishop back. And here I already realized I'm probably going to win it rather easily, because I mean, e5 is sort of, well, it's just losing. I mean, anyhow, knight h4 is simplest. And otherwise, after ed, cd, this bishop is very good here, and the knight here is not so good, in fact. It's only good when the pawn is here, it seems good. It's sort of an illusion. But here, played a tough move here. I was expecting e d c d queen d6, and I was thinking perhaps I can play knight h4, and perhaps I can play knight e4, and perhaps I can play bishop g2, or well, bishop g2 is not possible because of rook c8. Well, I mean, I can always take the pawn, but I was thinking maybe this is what he can play, but he played rook f6. I hope I don't have to look for my score sheet now, but probably is the best option. Because here already I had some. I was quite relaxed with my position, so yeah, it was rook bd8 indeed. Was surprising me when he played it, and now yet it surprised me apparently, because I couldn't remember such move. Yeah, and here, well, he sort of wants to grab the pawn, and he sort of pinned also. But somehow it was clear to me that some way I'm going to defend it. So I played bishop g2. And now the idea is that if he takes the pawn, I can play cd immediately. But then bishop d5, bishop f7 is the problem. So probably knight h4 is immediately safer. And I mean, I'm saving the pawn. So this idea is always there, sort of giving me extra tempo. And here I played tough move rook f6. Well, it was not so simple actually here, because it's quite a tough move. Preparing against knight h4, and the rook is covering the 6th rank, and I am pawn up, and the bishop is already here, but still it's not so simple. I mean, I could have played knight h4, but already with rook on f6 it looks really strange. And although g5 is not a good move because it's weakening his king a lot, but still I don't want to play such move. And I was thinking, I was calculating some line now. I saw that I at least can end up pawn up in some heavy pieces ending, like rook queens. Although I was not sure it's the best. I mean, I wasn't sure my advantage is decisive. But I was hoping that there would be something big here. And then when we came to the position, I realized he played queen of 7, but I was thinking this move was more tenacious, because after this his bishop is pinned, so I was thinking knight c3 is met by knight e4, and I thought my minimum is to take with bishop. And it's quite a good minimum already, I can tell you, but I noticed the possibility of a5, and I'm not sure it's working, because it's always a bit tricky that I may end up exchanging all the pawns. But it's very interesting, because let's say if he's going to make move like knight e4, I'm going to push a6. And I was thinking about a move like this, and I think it was here where I was thinking I can play a6, knight a6, queen c6. Yeah, well, so this a5 was an interesting option. So I was very happy with my position here again. And he played queen of 7, I took the pawn. And here if he can take the pawn again, I have knight c3, and it's a bit it's a bit better version, I think, maybe for me. But again I have a5. And again this is pinned, sort of. So I was quite happy, but he played f4. Trying to create some counter chances, but I think I found a reasonable way to meet it, which was not difficult because that's the move I was calculating all the time. And it's often that when you calculate the move, you want to make it whatever happens. So I just made it, and now the point is that after f3, I can just grab immediately this pawn, and the knight is hanging, and I'm saving at least one pawn for sure, and a good pawn. And this pawn on f3 with bishop on the pawn is not going to mate me anyway, hopefully. And he played the move I foresaw, and I liked a lot. Why it is bad? Well, I want to go a b anyway, so it probably wasn't so good anyway for him. But he had some chances. Although I didn't see exactly which move he can play, because here, for example, queen c7 happens. But he can find some move, I think, to save the second pawn, and then he will be pawned down. But here I'm winning another pawn with knight a7. Well, he must have missed this move because I'm winning the second pawn simply. So after this one, I decided to play it simply. I think I should avoid queen c5 because of gf and king f1 always. Well, I think it's actually anyway winning, but queen h5 and bishop a6, all these possibilities. So I was intending to play it safe, and now after gf I can take rook takes f2 and gh. I'm just going to play king h1 and then I take the knight next move. So he took on f6 with the queen. Now I can perhaps take on c5, but I already didn't win enough of winning position, so I thought let's make this one an exception and play it safe. And here I still made a few moves. I probably have to look at the score sheet again because, but basically with the two strong pawns, it didn't matter a lot anymore, and already the time pressure wasn't there, and with such position, it's only a joy to play the game on. Well, just some moves I was trying to consolidate, but there was no need because it's anyway already consolidated. Intending rook e6 perhaps. Knight c5, knight e5. You're covering d3 square just in case. I think king g8 was played, but that's already pretty random here. And now I think I played the knight g6. Just the last regroupment to make sure. Well, it's the most pleasant position ever. And now I cannot take because of queen c5, and rook f2 does work because of knight e7 check, I think. Although I was thinking I can even take, and then he takes my rook. I can even take it back, and then I can exchange the queens, and then I am winning in the endgame. That's the least I have. So, but after rook f6, knight f4. He can't do anything at all, and well, it looks just completely dominating, and 2 pawns up, so he resigned.
Okay, Anish, very nice. 50%. Are you satisfied with that score?
Well, of course. I mean, it's always a reasonable result, 50% against such strong opponents.
I smell a butt.
Maybe something is with your nose, but I mean, actually, it was, well, I mean, of course I could have said I might have not lost to Jan Nepomniachtchi if I would play it safe, and I might have saved it yesterday because in fact it was sort of a drawn, but then again I might have not won or anything, so I'll just, I mean, how the games went, it was all fair, there was no cheating involved, so I think I should be happy with the result.
You will stay true to your style at the moment. Yeah.
Which style?
Well, by taking risks. And
no, well, I don't think I take too much risks, but just that sometimes I want to play in the best way.
Only sometimes. Okay. Questions?
What happens to you when you lose 2 games in a row, Anish?
Well, apparently you still survive.
Yeah. You sleep less, or?
No. Well, I mean, it's never good to lose 2 games, but those games that I lost weren't so bad. I mean, I was not so upset or anything. So and anyway, it's a strong tournament, so I expected. I was prepared to the losses and to the wins as well.
When is the last time you made two losses? Can you remember?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that it's the only time, and then my coach told me that I lost to him 2-0 in Blitz once in a row. But I actually, yeah, I think I haven't lost so much. But then again, I have never played in such tournaments, so